to have the privilege of having the job of making the roads safe. That's rewarding for me. Getting through a storm and seeing the final product of what you've done. It's something I take pride in, and because of it being a challenge, it's something I enjoy doing.
Our next candidate is Sarah Thomas Cavor, who is a candidate for judge of the 11th District Court of Appeals.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Sarah Thomas Cavor. I am from Trumbull County, and I'm running, like the League of Women Voters staff said, that for the 11th District Court of Appeals, which includes Geauga County. I don't see many familiar faces here except the candidates, so I will tell you a little bit about myself. I am a former felony prosecutor from Trumbull County. I have 3 children. We came to Ohio. I grew up in Rye, New York, and one of the reasons that I wanted to be a lawyer was I went to a high school like this that had a great civics courses and a constitutional law course, and I had teachers who inspired me. I became an educator and taught at Case Western School of Management, the Weatherhead School, before I went to law school. After law school, I joined the prosecutor's office, worked there for a few years doing child assault, sex assault, domestic violence, drug cases, and capital cases, murder and capital cases. I then became a defense attorney and zealously advocated for their rights that are afforded to them through the Constitution, both the Ohio Constitution and our federal Constitution. I have had a wide range of experience, and that's one of the reasons that I want to now change from being a trial attorney and an advocate to the judicial part of law. I have had a breadth and depth of experience that I believe would make me a very good judge. I have been admitted to the United States Supreme Court. I have had cases in federal courts, both in and outside of Ohio, the 6th Circuit, the 7th Circuit, as well as I've done family law cases, employment cases where someone has been dismissed improperly. I've done civil rights cases. I have been on both sides of the law in the sense that I have done prosecution and defense. I have fought for people's Second Amendment rights, but I've also prosecuted individuals who are felons and who have carried and used firearms. And I've done all of that vigorously. I hope to bring what my lifetime of experience to the bench. And the appellate court is a little different from trial courts. If any of you have had experience in trial courts, you want your day in court, you want your decision quickly so that you can move on with your life, and it's really presenting the facts. The appellate court, you want somebody who's going to come in there with an open mind, listen to your advocates, parse through the issues, and be conservative. Being a judge who's conservative is different than a social conservative. It's to not legislate from the bench, keep your role as a judge and not as a legislature, and not deal with questions that or consequences that are not part of the judicial system. Thank you.
Thank you. I have one question for you. And this is a question we'll be asking all of our judicial candidates. What bearing does political party affiliation have in your role as a judge?
It should have absolutely no bearing. And that's part of what we're seeing is the problem when judges are affiliated with their parties, and that is brought out through the media that we've seen lately. When you're a litigant, you want to know that your judge is keeping an open mind and hearing the disputes, looking at the evidence that's brought forth, and judging based on that and that alone. And so I don't think that any judge's political affiliation should really have anything to do with them and making decisions as a judge.
Thank you.
And we take an oath to the Constitution, not to a political party.
Thank you.